We continue learning Kitzur Yomi Simin Nuna Dalit as we figure out the brachos of Ikkur and Tafel. Says the Kitzur Sif Dalit. Im kavanas l'shteim. If you're kavanah to eat two items, you want both of them. Keep going. Shushaisi ayin sarf back to our liquor. And with your liquor, you have a pastry, you have a coffee, and you have a Danish. Or merkach. Then of course, on what? Now mamish flips. Before you only made the shakal. Now, before you only made the adam on your cereal, you didn't make the shakal on the milk. But now you're having a piece of cake and milk, a cookie and milk. So now it switches. And then and only then, then you make shakal. First in the pastry, says the Kitzur Sif, hey, until now we've been talking about two different items that you eat one after another. But what if they're cooked together? If they're all separate, you have a cholent and you have tremendous pieces of meat and potatoes. Let's go that simpler. It's each one, they're cooked together. We have a chunk of meat, a chunk of potato. Each one gets its own bracha. Now let's go more into a cholent. Now they're shmushy together. Then what? So let's say in our case of a cholent, then you can have a lot of barley. You're going to make them as nice, and it's going to pater up everything else. But if there's a mezainis in there, even if it's a meat, it's the ikkur. Now, important to just note before we go weiter that over here in note 15, it quotes from the Mishnah Berurah that if one of them is more chashiv, then the one of the more chashiv is going to be recited, even if it's going to be a minority, and that's really where things get a little bit more complicated. But by etzem, we go by roiv, and we go by chamishes haminim. If you have a food that you put in milk or broth, eat it together. This is our cereal and milk. That's the only one to milk. ואם כוונס על שניהם, ואין ברחס לשבוס, ורחתיל המייכל ואיכל ממנו מעט, ואחר שקל המרק, אוי עלה חולו, ואין אוכלין בזה, אחר הרוב, over here you do not go after רוב, אפילו המייכל ומן דגן, אינו נחשב לעניין זה. למעשה, this kitzer is either not referring to that you're eating them mamish together, that every bite of cereal has the milk with it, or it's a different mitzias, but lemaisa in our world of cereal and milk, avad the milk will be patterned up by this cereal. Sif zayin, sukar, spices ground with sugar, and the spices of the ikkur. Al ego is mishka, nutmeg, you make a eight. Al cinnamon, bar priyadama. Chen al zanvel, ginger, bar priyadama. Hashes Hashem zayis k'maishu, you drink olive oil. In varach lo kam neishu mazik lo, because it hurts you. So you don't make a bracha. And then this would be one of those klalim, the medicines and things like that. That there's no real taste that you're eating, there would be no bracha. If you mix with other things who are tafel, so you mix it with a liquid, but you really want the oil. So now you have a funny case. You don't have stamma medicine that's a shackle. You have a ha'etz medicine, that's the ikkur. But it's not good for you, but it's good for you for a refuah. And you're mixing it with your chveis cup of juice just to get it down. Avishu amiyot mevarich al berachos yishbayir b'yeit you would make it eight to bar ter es adavar acher. And I'm sure there are people that drink olive oil and these things. And then that would be the bracha. Then mutzami, but if you're thirsty, you're enjoying the drink, you add in some shem l'refuah, then it flips. If it's just there to give it a little bit of a flavor, then you'll go after your kavanah. Note 23 points out that apparently nutmeg is good. We get some remedies over here as well. Is good for an anti-diarrhea agent, and therefore it's going to depend why you are drinking nutmeg. I don't know what nutmeg is, so let's move on. Sif taz kol minei merkachas, preserves hadvash sukar tefillim. Now this is just going to be a little complicated. We have to know how much there is. Is it really like 100% sugar and only one dot something else? We move on to Sif Simon Nona Hey, and we'll finish with Sif Aleph, the Kedima and Berachos. Misheshavana Mini Bears Harbi of a lot of fruits. Fruits lechol kulim money eat all of them. We just had two bishvat and Berachos and Shabbos. If they all the same bracha, you make the one that you want. So if they're the same bracha, then what? You make that which you like more. Let's say you like them equally. Then, as I have Zayin minim, Yivarech al zeh. Even if it's only a half, Ashar in Shleimos. If there's no Shivas Aminim, then goes Shalom, Echav, and Shalom, Adif. So according to the Kitzur, as note 5 spells out, it goes Chaviv, then Zayin minim, and then Shalom. Lemaisa, the Mishnah Brura and Reshit Aleph note 5 continues to point out the Shartiya and says that Zayin Minim is going to come first. Continues the kids of in Berachos and Shabbos. If the brachas are not the same, Sarch levarich al shneim as follows. Im echad chaviv loy nachamo yivarch chaviv, go first with chaviv. And over here, note 6 points out so eloquently that over here the Mishnah Brura is a maskim. Then when we have an 8th verse, Hadama, Chaviv comes first. Vim Shteim Shavim, they're both equal. Then Yivarach al zeh min shiva. Afilu chatzi. Vim min shiva. Then what? Shalim Adif goes whichever one is complete. Vim Shteim Shleim, Shteim Chasirim. Then Ha-8, Yaktim Ha-8, L'Bari Bri Adama. So many people just have it as a rule that 8 comes before Adama, but it's not so simple because sometimes Adama is going to be more chaviv. For example, your watermelon, and then in such a scenario, the chaviv will come first. But as a klal, there is something to be said that each comes for Adama when they're both equal. Pick it up from Sif Beis, B'siyata Dishmaya.